How are you? It is Leighellen. Let me add a little light on the issue here. It is Leighellen, and I am coming to you again. It's Monday, so we've got more book mail to share with you. So Bookmail Monday, I've got 10 new books to share with you, so let me get after it. Wedding Issues is first up. This is from Zibby Books, and this sounds like a lot of fun. It's going to come out April 2nd. And it is a contemporary romance, and it follows these two cousins that are kind of pitted against each other to get on the cover of a bridal magazine. It sounds like if you like family dramas, if you like, fast paced, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. It also, if you are recently married or just have great stories of getting married, because it dives into all of that, picking the dress, picking the flowers, engagement parties, and rehearsal dinners and all that stuff. So super fun rom-com coming your way April 2nd from Zibby. Next up, switching gears here, Everyday Courage by John Bevere. I love his books. This is a shorty. It's more devotions. But he and his wife both live here in Colorado, and I have really enjoyed all of their books that I've read from them. And so this is short devotionals. You can kind of see they're like daily devotionals. And it's really all about finding your courage, being able to speak out about your faith, learning how to be confident in what you believe. And he looks at, stories in the Bible to back it up. So like Esther, for example, like how did Esther get the courage to do what she did? And so he looks at her life and tells you like ways that you can apply those same principles to your life so that you can live out your faith with everyday courage. This one, it's already out now from Thomas Nelson Books. John Bevere, thank you. Next up, A Home for Friendless Women. This one, Kelly Hill. It's from Vintage Books, and it comes out March 19th. This is historical fiction, but, of course, based in fact. And it sounds very interesting. It's following these three women through several, it's like in the 1800s, but it's over a few decades. And it follows this home for wayward girls. So two of the women's stories, it's told from 3 point of views, and 2 point of views are women who are admitted to the facility. And so one is sexual assault charges, and one is I think in a brothel. So two completely different issues, but they're stuck in the same place. And then the third point of view, really interestingly enough, is the daughter of the owners of the charity. And so it's really a look at just kind of how women throughout history have had to endure some things and the shame that comes with some stigmas. And then also just how sometimes good intentions can go awry in these homes, as we've seen in past historical fiction. So A Home for Friendless Women, Kelly Hill, comes out March 19th from Vintage Books. Thank you, thank you. Next up, this is actually a book I read last year. This is Black Chameleon, but I wanted to feature it because it comes out in paperback. I had the hard copy. I read it last year, and it is fabulous. This comes out, it just came out March 5th from Holt Books. And I read this last year. It's a memoir, but it's a very creative memoir because the author is actually a poet. So the way that she writes is so lyrical and descriptive and beautiful. And she is a Black woman and shares her kind of like whole story. So like growing up as a Black woman, she had a preacher for a father, a really tough mom. She shares what it's like to be a Black woman in America today. And then also she now is older and has a daughter. And so what does that look like raising a daughter in this world? So, but it has like, what I think makes it really cool than just a traditional memoir is the magical realism that's throughout. She kind of weaves in mythology, folk tales, African legend, and to her narrative. And it's just so cool. It's so creative. So I think you'll really like this one. It is now out on paperback, Black Chameleon from Holt Books. Next up, I also just randomly have to stop and say this is so much fun. Okay, first of all, thank you to all of you that follow these lives each week. It has been awesome because now I can just post on Instagram, like, here's my book mail, go to YouTube and watch it. And then I can actually really talk about these books, because on Instagram, I can like post a pretty picture, but I can't really like talk about it forever. So, and I want you to get kind of the gist of these books so that you know if you want to buy them or not. But it also is funny because as I'm doing these, I realize like what a freaking mood reader I am and how my reading taste is all over the place. But I like that about me. Very diverse. So with that in mind, switching gears again, Swift and Settled. This is a obviously contemporary romance, cowboy romance. So I live in Colorado, so what better way to kick off spring than with a little cowboy romance? So this one features a city girl. She's an interior designer and a ranch owner. And so he wants to have his ranch updated. He has all these acres in this beautiful building and he wants it updated and she is hired to do it. And of course, opposites attract, city girl, cowboy, country, fancy. So romance ensues and it's short and sweet and fun. I actually did the audio for this already, so I will be giving this away on my page. So if you want this one, come and get it. Swift and Saddled, Lyla Sage, the Dial Press, who sent this to me, and it comes out March 5th. It already came out last week. No wonder I already read it. So Swift and Saddled, super fun, very sweet. Next up is, let's change my color here. 50 Beasts to Break Your Heart by Gennarose, Netercott. This is also already out now. This is Vintage Books. And this is really cool if you like what I call, this is going to sound rude, bathroom reading, but I don't mean it to be rude, but I like poetry collections and short stories to be in my bathroom because you're in there for like 5 to 10 minutes. This is a collection of short stories and they all feature a beast and they are all like romance, but like not. So like what happens, like sometimes love can save you, sometimes love can be a hot mess. And that's kind of what this is about. Love can be fun or go horribly wrong. So they're kind of like dark fairy tales with a twist, but very fun reading. Out now. Next up, so excited for this. I have not read this yet. I plan to very soon, but I love this author. Greer Macallister, we actually featured her on Book Friends Book Club and read her other novel, which was called, I know I'm going to forget the name of it. Hang on, I wrote it down. Arctic Fury. Arctic Fury was phenomenal historical fiction. So I'm really excited to read this one, 13th Husband. It comes out August 6th. And it sounds kind of fun and interesting. It features as she always does, she finds these women in history that you're just like, how did I not know about this person? So this is historical fiction based on a real woman. Her name is Amy Crocker, and she was in the 1800s an heiress, and she blew through millions of dollars and a bunch of husbands and a bunch of countries. So I don't know why we don't know about her, but it sounds really fun. So 13th Husband, and it follows her time, and Greer says, like, you have to read this because basically truth is stranger than fiction in this instance. So check out Greer Macallister's 13th Husband from Source Books, and it comes out August 6th. This will probably, I haven't talked to Missy yet. Missy, if you're watching this, I love you, baby. This might actually be a Book Friends Book Club pick because we do tend to like her books, and she's a fabulous guest. Next up is The Widow's Guide to Dead Bastards. I actually read this already. It was really quick and interesting. It is a memoir, but it like reads like fiction because again, truth is crazier than fiction. This woman had a husband, happily married, like 17 years. He dies in this, freak thing on his way home from work, and she gets a box sent to her of his belongings, and oh, lo and behold, he had some crazy secrets. So she finds out after his death. So she's already like sad to be a widower, obviously, and has a 9-year-old child. But then she has to grapple with all this stuff that she finds out about him that she did not know. That is like crazy. Like he, did drugs and had a porn addiction and had a mistress and all this stuff. So she has to like grapple with this. And so this is like her year following all of that and just how she copes. So it's kind of a lesson in grief. It looks at grief and just processing tragedy and how do you wrestle with someone that you've loved for so long and finding posthumously things about them, because it's not like she can talk to him and hash it out. So that's what this one is. It was really, really fascinating, actually. Okay, the next one I haven't even opened. So this one is, I want to show you the cover, but all the stuff is still on it. This is the cover. It's a beautiful cover, pretty cover, scary book, Granite Harbor. It's actually about Celadon Books, first of all, so it's from Peter Nichols, and it comes out April 30th. Oh, which, by the way, did I tell you when the other one came out? I don't think I did. This one, let me just back up, comes out July 30th from Atria Books. Thank you, Atria. I need to get my props in there. I'm not going to get this back on. Oh, live videos. Okay, so this one, it looks all pretty. It's terrifying. This is a murder mystery. And so it's about a detective that finds a body in town that's obviously murdered, but like there's a note like inside the body. So gruesome. And it's a boy who is a friend of his daughter. So he's got like a personal connection. So this is a murder mystery. It takes place in a small coastal village in Maine. And it's, you know, a crime novel murder mystery that focuses on what they think is a serial killer. So if that is your thing, this one comes out April 30th from Celadon Books, which means usually Celadon's really fun about doing their LFL drops, little free library drops. So if you have an LFL near you, they might send this. Okay. And then last but not least is what I'm so excited about. And I have a little extra thing to show you for it. They sent not only Random House, they're amazing. They always send the best packages. So let me show you the book. It's called Finding Margaret Fuller. I am so stoked for this one. This is probably also going to be a Book Friends Book Club pick for April, is my guess. Maybe May, because it comes out March 19th. So it comes out later, but we will let you know. So follow the Book Friends Book Club page and follow Momma Leighellen's Book Nook on Instagram for those kinds of announcements. But let me tell you about this book. I love historical fiction. And I love it when these authors find these people in history that you're like, how did I not know about this person? And that's how I felt with this book. She is incredible. Margaret Fuller was the first female like correspondent overseas. So she's a writer. She founded a magazine in New York City. Did I write it down? I might not have written it down. Does it say on here? No, I'm wandering. But let me see if it's on here really quick. The Dial magazine. There we go. She's also the first woman to have studied in the Harvard Public Library. She had crazy wise friends. So this takes place in Massachusetts. Well, it starts out in Massachusetts in the 1800s. And as she's learning and growing and establishing, and then she goes overseas. So she's the first female news correspondent overseas. And then she just becomes this incredible advocate for women because she's brilliant, an activist and an advocate, a human rights advocate. So I don't know how we didn't know about her, but I love books like this that share so that we get to know her. So they sent the cutest little toad. Random House, I love you. Random House always sends such great stuff. So look at this. The well-read person in America. Is it me? No, it's this lady. So Random House was very cool and sent me 2 of these. So when Missy and I announce our book club picks, we will give away the book and give away the tote. So be sure to follow along. And that, my friends, did I tell you when that came out? March 19th. That is our book mail. So go ahead and add any one of these. Oh my gosh, they're so heavy. Or all of them to your TBR. And get reading, and then come join us at Book Friends Book Club and read some of these with us and get to know the author. All right. Thanks, friends, for following along on our Monday book mail, and I'll see you tomorrow Thursday. Have a great day.